Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Stay Motivated. Now, in this channel, we are motivated and we stay motivated. And if you haven't watched my other videos, I'm going to encourage you to do so whenever you get a chance. Now, in the last video, we spoke about who is the secret to your success. Who is the secret to your success? But in this video, we're going to talk about 3 things to consider or to put into perspective before you go ahead and you share your good news. Because usually, sometimes you get some good stuff happening in your life and you're so eager to share it. So what are the 3 things that you need to consider before you share your good news? Stay connected. The quote of the day is going to be, ships don't sink because of water that's around them, but they sink because of water that gets into them. Don't let what's around you get inside you and weigh you down. Now, usually as humans, whenever positive things happen to us, we succeed in an exam or, we started a project, things are going well, we are so eager to share our information. Now, it's very key to consider who we're sharing that information with or who we're sharing that information to, because some information do not need to get to the ears of certain people. Now, because some people are just like roadblockers. They just need to hear something positive happening in your life and they're ready to make sure it doesn't, you don't succeed in what you're doing. So in this video, we're going to talk about those 3 things, some 3 things to consider before you actually share your good news. Now, one of the first things that you can consider is to ask yourself the question is, the person I'm about to share this information with, is that a genuine friend? And if you haven't watched the video on who a genuine friend is, I'll encourage you to actually do so. Now, if the answer is a yes, this person is a genuine friend, then absolutely I'll encourage you to share your information to that person, because, as a genuine friend, they are very ready to, whenever they get something positive, they want to make sure they are motivated. They're highly encouraged and they want to, set up or meet up to the task. The second question you should probably ask yourself before you spread the good news is that, does this person need to know the good news? Does that person need to know your good news? If the person really needs to know that good news, then obviously I'll encourage you to share your information with such a person. And the third question you should ask yourself is that, how will that information be perceived? How would that information be perceived by the person you're sharing your information to? Because there are only 3 ways that information can be perceived in somebody's life. So it's either the person hears the good news and the person just stays neutral about the good news, or the person hears that information and the person is negative about the good news. And if the person is negative about it, then obviously the person's thoughts is going to change. The way the person is going to relate with you is obviously going to change. And the person possibly could set up some roadblockers so that if you want to go past that point, then it's going to be very hard for you to actually go past that point. And another way is that the person could be very positive about that information that you want to share with him or her. So if they're positive, then obviously I want you to share your good news to such a person, because they are positive about your information. Now, the problem a lot of people face, especially on their journey to become successful, is that they talk a lot. And sometimes when you talk a lot, you end up spilling information that is not yet ready to be spilled out. Because you talk a lot, sometimes you end up saying stuff that gets into the wrong ears. And when they get into the wrong ears, negative things is actually being done. And you were actually at the verge of succeeding, but because you had already spread out the information too early, it becomes very difficult for you to actually cross and move to the next phase. So it's very important to actually watch your words and actually listen more and speak less. That's what I'm going to say. So as usual, I'm going to leave you with the verse of the day that says, people who are careful about what they say will save their lives, but those that speak without thinking will be destroyed. So as usual, if you were motivated by this video, if you enjoyed the content of this video, do not hesitate to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to this channel. And meanwhile, stay connected and stay motivated.